So the project works, we have 7 of them. So these project works are designed with 2 types of people in mind. People who are very good at writing algorithms, are very good at programming, and students who are not good at programming. So we am categorizing students into 2 types. Now, if you are not good in programming, then what you can do is you can learn the administrative stuff. So if you are working on the big data, there are many administrative tasks. Okay, how to set up the servers, how to check whether the servers have been optimally configured and other things. Okay, so my task is to assign project 1, 2, 3, and 7. Okay, for administrators. Means if you are not good at programming, you can take any one or all of them. You can do any one or all. Okay, I don't have any problem. So in this you will learn, okay, how to set up a very big cluster. We have 10 machines in our lab and we will give you the details. Okay, the leaders will share the information. So what you will be doing is you will be setting a 10 node cluster. Okay, generally you don't get such a experience. Okay, so if you are not good at programming, don't think what can I do in big data. You can still do configuration and maintenance. This is the most difficult task. Okay, not everybody can do it. What I want you is to master them. So if somebody asks, do you know how to set up and configure Cassandra? You say, of course I know, let me do it. So within 1 or 2 hours, you can set up the Cassandra. Similarly, MongoDB, HBase, Kafka. Okay, Cassandra and Kafka are very famous and very popular. If you add these databases in your resume, you will have a significant chance to get accepted into very good companies. That is why I am giving you. Okay, so what you have to do is click on anyone. The topics are the same. So first one is you have to set up the Cassandra server. So what you will be doing is you will talk with this team leader, Uday-san, or he will send you the time slots to work. So at that time, you all will come and you will configure. So you will look at the literature. Okay, for example, you can type here how to set up Cassandra cluster. So what you have to do is you will learn and you will set up. Okay, so this will take a lot of time and lot of resources. Okay, so I want you to master it. So Uday-san will teach you how to set up. He has done the setup. He knows how to set up Hadoop, Spark, and all. I have taught him in the previous semester. So with him, you will learn and you will set up this cluster. So this, okay, similarly, you will do it for Kafka, HBase, and others. Once you are setting up this one, okay, next task is there are data sets. If you click, you will be given the data sets. Okay, these are the very large data sets. I will give you much bigger one. Okay, so these data sets may be like 10 GB or 20 GB. Okay, so if you unzip it, they become much bigger. So you have to unzip these data sets, have a look at these data sets, and you have to store them back in the database. Okay, for example, in the Cassandra or HBase, whichever work you are doing. So in this way, you will learn how to set up and how to store the data in the databases. So this will be your first task. Once you complete the task, okay, the project work 1 will be over. Once you complete it by the end of this October, then the advanced project will come. So in this project, what you have to do is you will now connect to the data set, okay, to Cassandra, and then you will create transactional data sets, temporal data sets, and utility data sets. So this will be your objective. So if you click here, I haven't written it, but what you'll be doing is you have to write programs to create transactional data sets, temporal, and utility. So these things you will be doing. So this is the task. So this will help you. So you are not good at programming, no problem. Whatever the resources available, okay, you can simply use them and complete this task. At the same time, you will achieve the knowledge. So that is the objective. Okay, if you are not good at programming, and if you think you are very good at programming, okay, so for those people, I am giving them algorithm development. Okay, so in the PAMI repository that we have developed, we will show it to you in the afternoon, okay, during the exercise. We have written the algorithms, FP growth. I will be teaching these algorithms also in the class. Okay, entire data mining course. Okay, not the entire, but most of the pattern mining algorithms, okay, rely on FP growth technique. So you students will first write this program. Okay. So once you write this program, trust me, you are on par with the Todai people. Okay. So this is what my task is. So to take you to that level, you are no less than any national university researchers. You are on par because this is the research level. It's not so easy to master this algorithm. It takes time and effort. So if once you complete this one, this algorithm, FP growth, okay, the basic project work will be finished in this month. Then the advanced project will start. Here, what I am trying to do is, I am going to ask you to develop a variant of FP growth that never existed before. For example, this is the latest algorithm published by my friend called stable periodic frequent patterns. What you will do is, you will extend the FP growth algorithm that you have developed in the previous project to mine stable periodic patterns. This is a research class, that is top class. If any students can complete it, we will write a publication, very high level publication. With that, you can even go for masters or PhDs in national universities. Even you can apply in Stanford and other universities also if you are interested to go out of the country. Okay, this is so powerful algorithms. Okay, FP growth eclat. I want you to do it. Okay, so develop FP growth algorithm and similarly write the eclat algorithm. So once you complete this objective, okay, you will immediately start write the paper. Okay, within a 1 month or so, we can complete the paper and we can submit it to a very good conference or a journal, whichever it is. These are the state of the art. Okay, so I want you to reach here. Actually, I wanted the course to be 6 months so that I can slowly teach you the concepts. But because of our course curriculum, I don't have the luxury. Okay, so I have planned it in 2 steps. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me, or you can ask Likita-san, your TA. She can help you, okay? Because she is the one who has written most of the algorithms for this entire course. So if anyone wants to do PhD or masters in top national universities and very good at programming, so this is the opportunity for you to reach higher levels. Okay, same. Similarly, this is one more. This is called recurring patterns. Okay, this is the work I published it in 2015 around. Okay, so what we will be doing is, you will dial up the variant of this algorithm. This will be another classic work. So you can publish it in top conferences and journals, and you will have a very, very better life. Okay, so this is how you have to do it. So this is the objective. So if you are good at programming, you take the algorithm development. You are not so good at algorithm development, then you look at the systems perspective. Okay, so how to develop systems, how to combine multiple systems, Hadoop, HBase, Cassandra, MongoDB, everything are in one place. How do I combine them efficiently? Okay, these are the challenges that the world is facing. If you want, you can search about Cassandra. You will see there are several problems people are working on. These are the state of that. No solution is there. Okay, and Kafka is at the very infant level. Lots and lots of research issues are existing here. Okay, so master it. You will have very better future. Even your resume will become significantly strengthened. Okay, so that is the purpose. And one more thing is the servers you should know. I think I'm connecting to 131 is Julia. So all of you can see my screen, right? So you can see this is the server you are connecting to. Okay, 131. You just have a look at the server specifications. You will understand the scale. Okay, so if you type this command called lscpu, okay, you will see the architecture of the server machine. Okay, so you can see how many cores are there per socket. Okay, then how many threads can be executed, okay, through 2 threads. So overall, how many you can see? 0. There are 96 CPUs are in the server. 96 CPUs, not 1, 2, 3. Okay, your laptops or your computers may at maximum have 16 CPUs. Okay, but these ones have 96 cores. Okay, and look at the cache sizes. They are vast servers. I want you to get experience on these servers. That is why I am trying to give you each and every person an individual account. So please use these resources and master the big data field. Okay, generally if you go to normal schools or normal universities, they ask you to work on small data sets. I don't want you to do that. You will not get the complete understanding of the big data. So do it on vast amounts of data, so that when you go into industry or into top universities, you will be having some prior knowledge. Okay, so that you can compete with your colleagues wherever you are. Okay, so that is why I asked you these 2 months, dedicate your time for this course and reach the top. Okay, once the course is over, don't come running to me. Okay, I will no longer help you because I have other courses and I have to take care of students in those courses. Okay, let us be professional and respect our professional lives. Okay. So now let us